Coming up today on SportNation, the Premier League returns this weekend and we kick off with our preview of the North London derby. Arsenal playing host to Tottenham in the early Saturday game. We also take a look at West Ham as they face Watford in what will be David Moyes' first match in charge of West Ham and his 500th managing in the Premier League. There's also Leicester hosting Man City, Newcastle travelling to Man United and Liverpool prepare to face Southampton. All that and more coming up now.
Welcome again to SportNation. We will talk international football in a bit, but we want to concentrate first of all with the Premier League. The boys are with me. Guys, I think we've got to start North London derby.
Great game.
So Harry Kane's had a wee rest. Dele's had a wee rest. Injured, of course. I think this one's got draw all over it. Lacazette was a good form for France. 2 goals against Germany. He's got to start. I'm not Giroud, surely.
Got to.
Yeah.
Like, you have to start Lacazette. Have to. Came off the bench against Man City, looked a threat, scored 2 for France against Germany the other night. I mean, you can't spend £50 million on someone and sit him on the bench. He's got to start. But I'm with you, Alan. I think this will be a draw. I think it will be.
I think Tottenham are going to nick this one.
I
think Tottenham, you got the likes of Eriksen who's in form. You're talking about informed players.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Comes back, scores a hat-trick. He's one of the best players in the league.
But the stats not telling us, look, Arsenal, let's kick off with the home team. Arsenal haven't won any of the last 6 PL meetings with Tottenham. They've drawn 4, lost 2. The longest winning run against the rivals in league competition. Good, but Spurs have only won 2 of the last 30 odd or something. You know, so...
And all 3 of Pochettino's games as Spurs manager at the Emirates are finished as a draw. I just think this has got draw written all over. Like, even though Tottenham have... I think score draw. Like, there's been both teams to score. Has happened 34 times in this fixture in the Prem, more than any other.
Yeah.
It's always both teams to score. I think both teams to score and draw.
At the Emirates, you know, it's not fantastic. So, I don't know. Maybe if this is a year, maybe Pochettino this time. Well, guns blazing. You know, Dyer was pretty good as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Tottenham will have a strong side out. I don't see Arsenal winning. It's whether Tottenham can nick it.
I think Tottenham will nick it, but my actual tip would be Kane anytime. He scored in the last 5 North London derbies.
Loves
the
North London.
derby.
Remember that was White Hart Lane boys in a box, and all the Tottenham players. It's a Tottenham box, so we're in there, and Kane got it wide on the left-hand side. If you come out the tunnel at White Hart Lane, it's down in the left corner. He cut inside. He just bent this one. We were right behind it. It was in all the way.
It just curled all the way in.
Same. I could see the same again.
Yeah.
He loves a derby anyway, not just North London derbies. He almost scores in every single derby. So I'd say Kane anytime.
I'd take a draw.
I'm gonna go. I'm surrounded with Gunners here, by the way. I'm gonna go 1-1. I think.
Yeah, 1-1 or 2-2. 2-2. It could be. Could be.
Okay, on to the next Premiership game. There's some crackers this weekend, isn't there? Huddersfield, Bournemouth, 6-pointer for sure. Huddersfield have done okay, haven't they? You know, there's no doubt about it. Whereas, do we worry a wee bit from Bournemouth? Do we worry for them?
I still do worry about Bournemouth. I think they've picked up recently, got a couple of good wins. But they only Swansea and Palace have worse home records than Bournemouth. So they've picked up a couple of wins away from home, but at home they are really struggling.
But even away from home, was it Newcastle last game?
Yeah.
Newcastle had a disallowed goal, which should have been allowed. So they got a lucky win there.
But then Bournemouth's, the record against Huddersfield is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again, we say this all the time, don't we? You know, the teams that are going to fight it out, and there's probably 6-7 of them are going to fight it out this year. These are the type of games they'll look at and say, we can't lose this. We've got to get something out of this game.
Definitely.
Especially Bournemouth. You know, you're talking about at home. Bournemouth have got to beat them. So I would suggest, I don't know, 2-1, 1-0 tie. I'm going to go for the Cherries. I'm going to go home win.
I'm going home win as well. I think this will be quite comfortable. Huddersfield have only picked up, or only won 1 game away from home. That was 3-0 away at Palace. But anyone could have beaten Palace at the start of the season.
But they picked up quite a few clean sheets.
Not away from home. Not away from home.
I know they haven't scored in the last 4 away. They haven't scored. But I just think they're going to be hard to beat. So I'm going under 2.5 goals.
Under 2.5 is a good shout. The only 1 game in the last 5 for Bournemouth has seen over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, there you go.
So Bournemouth aren't scoring too many. Huddersfield aren't scoring too many.
Under 2.5.
I just fancy Bournemouth. They haven't lost to a newly promoted team since they've a team that's come up.
I'm going to go home win. Now this is a difficult one. I'm going to head north to Turf Moor on Saturday. Right away I'm thinking Burnley will win this, but you tell me about the stats, boys.
Yeah, Swansea. It's like Swansea, Burnley's bogey team.
Yeah, but Swansea have previously been a lot better than they are now.
True. They've sold
100% winning record over Burnley. Their only such record in the Premier League against sides they've faced more than once. It worries me. Tammy Abraham's got on for England, didn't he, a couple of times. So his confidence is sky high. But I think I'm with you, Tom. Burnley, this has got to be the day. This has got to be the weekend.
It's got to be. Burnley are the 1-0 specialists. We said it before. They've 48% of their Premier League wins have been 1-0, more than any other scoreline. And I just think they've only United and Liverpool have conceded fewer home goals than Burnley. People are going to Turf Moor and can't score.
Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress. Turf Moor.
Also, it looks as if Sean Dyche may be staying.
Yeah, good. Well,
he's not ruled out moving, but there's been no interaction, I don't think, with Everton. So I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley.
I always go 1-0 Burnley.
Yeah, you do.
And I've won a few correct scores, but I think that Swansea are a worse team than they've been playing recently and winning. So I think it's going to be 2-0 Burnley.
So we move on to the Palace.
Yes.
Buoyed by that last-minute equaliser against West Ham. Roy's got to be telling them, we're playing well. We're not getting what we deserve. Whereas Unsworth, with that unbelievable game against Watford, late penalty miss from Cleverley, got his first win. He's got to be saying, boys, come on. I want this job. Privately, we think, I want this job. We can beat Palace. We can go there. We can beat Palace. Tricky one. Everton have kept a clean sheet in the last 4 Premier League games against Palace. Can they do it again?
But they haven't kept a clean sheet since the opening day of the season, this season. So I reckon there's goals here.
Yeah.
I don't know which way it will go. I think it will probably go Palace.
I agree.
But I'm just going to say Zaha any time. I think there's definitely goals for both teams.
I've just got a funny feeling. These are like the two most out of form teams. I know Everton won the last game. But Palace, this one's, I think, the hardest one to call of the weekend. I'm going 2-1 Palace. Just because Palace have picked up all 4 of their points at home. They beat Chelsea there. I think, like you say, they were unlucky to lose against Spurs. Lost 1-0 in the last game. I think Roy's going to have them well drilled. I just fancy them to nick it. Everton have been conceding goals for fun. They've conceded 22 goals in 11 games.
They haven't won an away game in 13 games.
I just think
I'm
Palace are
not
going
sure
to
they'll
nick
win
it.
again. I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah.
I think they'll give. I think Unsworth, they'll fight for them.
Yeah.
And it all depends for me on Palace's wide players. If they get on top of the full-backs, Palace can beat them. But I just fancy a draw here, 1-1. But a tough game. This is an interesting one. City, I love watching City at the moment. The players, I've got so much confidence, but Leicester have won 2 of the last 3 meetings with City, including a 4-2 win in the exact fixture last campaign. Leicester doing okay at the moment. Vardy looks hungry. He's getting in behind. I'm going to go 1-2. I think City will know they've got this little cushion. They've blown it before. They've blown a cushion before, but the way they're playing at the moment, De Bruyne, people like that, and at the back, Stones, I think, is playing fantastic. No, I'm going to go 2-1. Aguero, don't forget, fainted.
Yeah.
So he's gone off to hospital. That's a strange one. We don't know whether it's from previous, but all-time leading scorer, he probably will not figure. But we watched Jesus the other night, didn't we? He's electric. I know he didn't have a lot of joy, but I was watching him closely, and he's running across the line, trying to dink in there, and England defended well, but he's a major threat, and I think he'll be on the score sheet.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-2.
I think you're right. I think Leicester will make this a bit more difficult than Man City have been finding it recently. I think it will be closer than their battering of teams recently. So I think 2-1 City is probably about right. Jesus will probably be on the score sheet. I'm going Sane anytime. Yeah,
that's a good shout. He's on fire at the moment.
6 goals, 5 assists.
Lovely player to watch, isn't he?
Really unbelievable player to watch. I think there's goals in this. Leicester have actually started the season really well. They've only lost to Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and United. So Shakespeare's got to be a little bit aggrieved to get sacked because he's only lost against the top
Yeah,
club.
I didn't want him to be sacked.
No.
I didn't, honestly, and I think they pulled the trigger too quick. In saying that, Puel's come on and we thought, what?
Yeah.
But he's gone into it right away. He suddenly thought, hold on a minute, I've got a good bunch here.
Got a really good squad.
They'll make City sweat.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
I still think the class of City they know they've got a chance, and they'll know the other games as well.
Yeah.
They'll know the North London derby. They'll know there's difficult games there, so if they can increase that lead, they're going to take some stopping.
I think there's a lot of goals in this. I'd go maybe 1-3. I
Would
think
you?
City are looking good. Yeah, I think both teams to score is coming in 3 of the last 4 City games. So they were keeping loads of clean sheets at the start of the season. Teams are starting to get a little bit of joy against them. I fancy Leicester to make it difficult though.
I'll go 1-2. Right, next game. We're going to do West Brom Chelsea, boys, or do you want to do Liverpool Southampton?
Liverpool Southampton, I reckon.
Liverpool Southampton, right. So this, again, we're talking about stats, okay? And have a look at this stat, because I really strongly fancy Liverpool. But these two sides met 4 in all competitions last season. Liverpool failing to win and score in all 4 contests. 1-0, draw 2, lost 2. For me, this is a nap. This has got to be a home win.
100%.
Got to be. I know the stats are saying that, but that was when Claude Puel was at Southampton, and I don't think he got enough credit for that because they were 2 of those games were in the League Cup in the semi-final, got them to the final.
That's when they were doing well in the cup,
And that's
it?
when they were playing
That
really
was
well.
it, yeah.
I'm with you. I think this is
I'm surprised.
a home win.
I know how we always say Liverpool are leaky, but I'm surprised at the stat, which is, they've only conceded 1 goal.
They've conceded
at
1
home
goal
this season.
at home,
Yeah.
and that was Burnley.
And I think if they stick Gomez centre back, they'll improve on that.
Yeah, then they
I agree.
As he proved at Wembley.
Yeah.
I think I really like the look of Joe Gomez. I thought he was good on the ball. He read the game well. He's going to play. They'll probably keep another clean sheet.
Well,
Comfortable Liverpool.
it's a team that's really good at home that keeping loads of clean sheets against a team that can't even score really.
I'm
so
2-0.
Yeah.
2-0
clean
Liverpool.
sheet Liverpool.
Yeah,
And
2-0.
Gomez, I think, will go to Russia.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do.
I mean, he's shown what he can do. He's got to.
Okay, the Chelsea. A lot going on at Chelsea at the moment, isn't there? They're losing a couple of people upstairs. There's now talk the Italians been out of the World Cup. There's now talk they want Conte. So is he going to put a knife to the directors and owners' throat and saying, I will go back to Italy unless you back me in January? And who's going to move in January with the World Cup coming up? It's a difficult one. I think Chelsea at the moment, there's problems behind the scenes we don't know about. At the same time, the Baggies have won, just twice in the last 20 Premier League games and are winless in the last 9. It doesn't look good for West Brom. It really doesn't. I know they defend, they look for set pieces. Tony Pulis is under big pressure. In the bookies today, I know the odds are tumbling that he could be the first to go, or the next to go, excuse me. Chelsea, 9 the last 11 away games Premier League? It's got to be a Blues win. I'm sorry, they'll make it tough for them, but I'm going to go 0-2, 0-3.
I completely agree with that. This is going to be... West Brom never really roll over. They showed that against City. They lost 2-3, didn't they? I see this as... I think they might score. So I've gone 1-2. Chelsea have won their last 3 games. They lost 2 before that, but they're starting to tick again, I think.
They've won 9 of their last 11 away games. Their away form's really
good away from
I
home.
definitely think it's Chelsea win. I just don't know whether West Brom will score or not. I'm actually going to go Chelsea clean sheet.
Chelsea have their last 5 away games, 3 times it's been both teams to score.
Yeah,
so
but I
Chelsea
just think West Brom are in the worst form that they've probably been in for a long time.
I just think with the international break, sometimes things like this. I mean, Tony Pulis has probably had more of those players stay behind. He'll be absolutely drilling them in international break. I fancy West Brom to score, but I still think Chelsea will come out on top.
Okay. Yeah, and again, going back to City, Chelsea can't afford to fall further behind.
True.
You know,
Agreed.
City are really, striding out there saying, "Catch us if you can," so they have to win this. Right, Manchester United, Newcastle. I did see. I think Rocco makes a return in the sort of second 11 tonight for Manchester United after a cruciate problem. So he'll be a welcome return if he comes back. It's okay. I like the look of Rashford. I thought against Brazil, this kid's coming a long way. He's got to play regular for England 100%. And for Manchester United. And I like him through the middle, I do. Yeah. So on this one, I think it's a no-brainer. Newcastle have lost, 84 matches in all comps against the Red Devils, more than any other side in the history. I cannot. I know Rafa will organise, but I can't see him getting into Old Trafford. Sorry.
Man U are too good at home.
Too good at home.
This will be the biggest upset of the weekend if Man U lose.
Yeah, agreed.
If they even, I don't even think they'll concede. At home, they're unbeaten in 22, and they've won the last 6 without conceding.
Yeah, they're flying.
He's getting stick, Lukaku, although last night he broke Belgium's all-time record goal scorer. Yeah. So,
and he's 24.
But listen, I know what it's like to play at Old Trafford, right? If they don't take you right away, you cannot get them off your back. Yeah. I'm telling you, they're on his back at the moment.
Yeah, they really are.
7 games without a goal.
7 games without a goal, but he scored 2. So Belgium had 2 games in the international break. He scored in both of them. I've just got a funny feeling this game is tailor-made for him. Newcastle aren't going to pose too much of a threat. Yeah. United have played 5-1-5, scored 15, haven't conceded at home.
And also, Lukaku has been directly involved in 9 goals in 8 games against Newcastle. He likes playing them. This is the game that he's going to start scoring again.
He's going to score.
Is this where he turns the corner?
Yeah, he's going to score this game, and United are going to win this 2-0.
What do you make of Josie then? This Paris Saint-Germain won't go away. Neymar's got something to do, but he's causing trouble there. And Josie, United now saying, "Are we going to keep hold of him?" No, this rumour won't go away.
There's no smoke without fire. There's something going on, but I can't see him leaving mid-season this season.
Nah, neither can I. Especially Paris Saint-Germain are flying at the moment. Yeah. Look great in the Champions League, top of League One. I just can't see that. I think
United 2 or 3 for me. I can't see
Newcastle
scoring. Talking about leaving, is this manager Silva going to be his 3rd club in 10 months? Watford twice have now said no to Everton. He's obviously got to have something, this guy. He's the same agent as Andrea Villa-Bosch. So, and he's up for a chat. They're talking about doubling, trebling his wages. Wow. So will that filter down to the Watford players against David Moyes' West Ham? Intriguing game, boys.
It is intriguing, actually. This one's going to be very cagey, I think. David Moyes, you know what you're going to get from him. West Ham are going to work harder and are going to be hard to beat. Like, that is what he's going to drill into. He's been around the block. He's only 3 managers have managed more games than him in the Prem. I just think this one is going to be cagey. I don't see many goals in that game. Watford only won 1 game at home, and that was the last gasp winner against Arsenal.
I know, but it's a tough one because Watford looked really good, didn't they?
Away from home.
It was just at the start of the season in general, they looked good.
Our guy, Richarlison, we keep talking about him. All accounts, Tottenham are looking now.
Yeah, good player.
I'm not surprised.
Good player.
He'll get snapped up.
So David Moyes has gone in there and he's hit the ground. He said, "I'm going to hit the ground running." He's already warned players, if you don't do it my way, if you don't want to run through a brick wall for me, watch from the stands. It doesn't help when David Gold, the owner, comes out and says, "It's a gamble, we're taking a gamble." Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Owner, Mr. Chairman. Unbelievable. Can he get something? A draw? I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I think 1-1.
I think that's about spot on. I think Watford, the wheels haven't come off, but people are starting to suss them out a little bit now. 1-1, I think, is about spot on, but not many goals. Yeah.
Would that be enough for Davy Moyes? Would the West Ham fans say fine? Or has he really got to go off the flying start?
I think you take 1-1 there.
You'd take that.
Have you seen his result? His fixtures in December.
Oh yeah, the fixtures.
He needs at least
1 point. He needs a point.
He needs at least a Christmas he's got.
Yeah, that's
shocker. So he's got to get something before before the end of the month for me. Look, they could go there. They'll take a massive crowd there, West Ham. They really will. Yeah. They'll take. It's not far around from East London, around the M25. Up the M1, Bosch and Watford.
Well, Watford have lost their last 3 Premier League games as well, so Watford aren't not in good form now, and they've failed to score in 3 of their 5 home matches. I think West Ham could cause a bit of a shock. And
what's your correct score?
I'd go 1-1. I think
we're all saying
about right.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Listen, if Watford get an early one, they could fold, but if West Ham get one, they could defend stubbornly.
Yeah.
So I think the first goal's key here. I really do. Now, who's going to get it for West Ham? Because I think Hernandez is injured.
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah, he's not going to be playing. Maybe a Sacco or someone like that. Like he was obviously wanting to leave when Bilic was there. You never know. When a new manager comes in, you have players that were on the fringes might get a little chance. I just think you've got players like Lanzini, Antonio.
Again, Tottenham are looking at him balling. It's Lanzini.
Yeah,
I think he's their best player.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%,
Agree.
yeah.
Agree. He is a good,
He makes
good
things
little
happen.
footballer. Yeah.
Okay, so 1-1 for me.
Yeah.
What's your nap of the weekend coming up? Who do you think's nailed on? Is it Liverpool? We spoke about that earlier on, didn't we?
United and Lukaku to score, I think, is up there.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say
I'm not
Liverpool
sure about
clean
Lukaku to
sheet.
score.
Maybe,
You know, it's that old fat. If it was away from home, yeah, I'd be with you definitely.
Okay, less risky. Man United win.
Yeah.
Liverpool clean sheet
Yeah, and win.
and win.
My doubles, Liverpool and Burnley. I'm not having the stats.
Burnley,
Burnley,
yeah.
Swansea.
Yeah.
I think Burnley have got to beat Swansea.
I'd go, to make it a little bit more risky, I'd go Bournemouth and Burnley.
Oh, wouldn't go Bournemouth.
Bournemouth to beat Huddersfield. Huddersfield not good away from home. I'm telling you, that's
Try
a
to get
Bournemouth
some
win.
Under 2.5 in that one.
Try to get some
Bournemouth
Christmas
win.
present money.
Yeah, exactly. Try and fill out the stockings. But I fancy Bournemouth at home. They're turned the corner.
Okay, thank you. That was SportNation. We're going to look at some of the big international games that's coming next.